Okay, this is video 2. I'm starting on the slide that we just left off. We talked about some clues that the author would leave to help you find the main idea. And we're going to move on to the practice slide. So again, I want to remind you always to go to view and present, especially for these next couple slides because they're a little bit more interactive. So we are practicing by understanding how a house is built, interestingly enough. Every house has a foundation that holds the house up. In our text, the foundation is the topic. It tells us what we are going to be reading about. This is usually a short phrase. Click to the right to read an example of a topic. And this would be your foundation is the basement. It's what holds your house up so that it doesn't fall through the ground. Or if you don't have a basement, it's a cement slab your house is built on, so you don't fall through the ground. So if you click here, you will see this is just a short phrase, life in colonial America. So this would be like, the book I'm reading is about life in colonial America, but it doesn't tell you enough information, which would lead us to the main idea. Oops, for some reason we have to click that one twice. Then we have every house has a roof that protects the house from things that don't belong. In our text, the roof is the main idea. The main idea is what the author is trying to teach the reader. It is what the text is mainly about. Click to the right to read an example of a main idea. So here's your main idea. It's what the book is mostly about or mainly about. And if we were reading a book about this, colonists had to work hard in order to do everyday things. So our topic is life in colonial America, and now we're going to get a little bit more specific. Colonists had to work hard in order to do everyday things. So then we're going to look at some details. I think this one I have to click twice. We're going to look at some details to prove that colonists had to work hard in order to do everyday things. So the details would be the support. It's what keeps the roof up, or it supports that main idea. Every house has walls that hold up the roof. In our text, the walls are the details. Just like a house, the supporting details give the text a body and purpose. Without these details, the main idea is just a statement. It doesn't have a purpose. Click to the right to see an example of a main idea. And this example would be, in order to have food to eat, colonists had to grow the corn and other things they would eat. The food then had to be harvested, cleaned, and cooked. The next two slides are more same exact information, but more examples. Clothes had to be woven, knitted, or spun, but first the string or yarn had to be made using animal fur, dyed, and bought at a market. And then the third detail is furniture in a house could not just be purchased from a store. Furniture was made from wood or other materials that had to be found, crafted, and occasionally repaired. So all three of those details supported the main idea that was a few slides ago. I give you a chance to practice by clicking on this image to determine which card would represent the topic and which card would represent the main idea and which three cards would represent the details. I'm going to give you a quick peek. I apologize because the second one is upside down for some reason, and I couldn't for the life of me fix it. You do not have to write these out. You could even just say, Mom, I think this one would be the topic. I think this one would be the main idea. And I think these three would be the details. So here's the silly upside down one, and then a couple sideways ones. So you could write on them, you could write a separate piece of paper, or you could just verbally say them out loud to practice those main idea and details. And hopefully you get some good practice with this.